welcome to TBP, episode number 18, Two Beers Podcast. We're back at you with the crew. Check us out on Facebook, like, comment, subscribe, check us out. Instagram, Two Beers Podcast 2015. And for this week, we're going to dive right into the news about booze.
Booze news!
Booze news.
Great segment.
I thought I'd have a little fun with this one this week. We're going to give it a little Two Beers nod to the top 10 all-time functioning alcoholics. I guess kind of the alcoholic athletics, I guess you could dub it. Ozzy did a great story on the top 10 high-functioning alcoholics through history. Amongst the list, the Queen Mother, who is said to have drank a bottle of gin a day.
Impressive.
I think so.
That's good.
A whole gin a day.
Living to 101 as well.
Preserve your insides.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Also on the list, we've got Sinatra, also known as one of the coolest nicknames ever, the Bourbon Baritone. He was known as. He was actually buried by his kids with a bottle of JD in the casket. So,
Unreal.
yeah,
How else would you want to go?
true to
really?
life. He was a gamer. And number one on the list, Boris Yeltsin.
You got to give it up to the king, man.
Drinks a lot for a Russian.
Who's he?
He was the president of Russia.
Just post Gorbachev. He was the guy who was in control of Russia right when kind of Russia was kind of falling to pieces, or the former USSR was falling to pieces. So he took over for Gorbachev kind of after the coup, after the military coup in Russia. Legendary drinker. There's a famous story from Clinton where a Secret Service agent found him on the White House property when he was visiting the White House in his underwear,
Streaking.
late at night.
Nice.
He was trying to hail down a cab so he can go get some pizza.
Classic.
Sounds like
Late
a
at night on the
classic
old-
Tuesday night for the Two Beer Squad.
A little after the cast action. Yeah,
That's an
Yeltsin.
inside joke.
It's a good one. Also, Yeltsin. I know Yeltsin from The Simpsons when Barney needs to take a breathalyzer test in Moe's bar, and the highest level of drunk that you can be is Yeltsin drunk. And so, yeah, definitely a nod to the king, number one of all time.
Yeah.
Do we have our own honorable mentions for who ranks high on this list?
I wasn't on the list, but I gotta give a personal shout out to Mr. Edgar Allan Poe because he gave a perfect combination between alcoholism and syphilis, which is just it's a real party.
That's a
the
lovely
body.
mix, yeah.
Yeah. So that's my personal shout out.
Do you have one?
Incendiary.
Yeah, I've got a couple. I mean, I got to give it up to General Ulysses S. Grant. I think the boys back in the Civil War days knew how to pop back a couple whiskeys.
For
He
sure.
was often quite
That was
drunk on the
anesthesia
job.
back in the day.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, he would be quite sick, like visibly sick, while ordering the killing of large numbers of his own population, basically. But fair play to him. And then
So good on you. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, good on you, Ulysses. And I know a few of us have all listened to the Dan Carlin podcast, the Wrath of the Khans. A couple of those boys.
The Mongols.
Yeah.
I think it's Genghis' son who was chosen to surpass Genghis Khan. They limited his alcohol consumption so he could only have 1 cup a day, and went and found the most gigantic cup he could find, and eventually died from alcohol poisoning preemptively. So it came back to bite him, but held the largest empire in the world for quite some time.
Yeah, you gotta give it to
On
him.
it. Yeah.
Gotta give it to him.
I'd like to give a shout out to my family. We're pretty good drinkers.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh,
And
wow.
There's some
praise.
people in the program. You know who you are.
Wow, high praise.
That's
The
us.
alcohol athletics.
Sabrina.
Going to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, let's try not to name names.
Yeah.
Don't talk
Keep
about
it
the riot
class.
like that.
It's an inside joke.
Yeah. Let's keep those coming.
Wow.
And so, kudos to these guys. Winston Churchill was also up there. Winston Churchill, instrumental in Second World War, is quoted as saying, "I've taken more out of alcohol than it's taken out of me." So, a nod to him. That being said, please do drink responsibly. We're making light of it, but it is an actually serious thing, so we don't want to make poke fun on anybody with addiction or all the amounts of deaths that it actually does cause across Canada and around the world. So, with that, we are going to continue drinking responsibly because the next segment is Cheers or Jeers. Cheers, boys.
There we go. I'm trying to think of a song. Do we have a song?
we don't song with the cheers.
Favorite song.
Good stuff.
Cheers and cheers.
So, first up, the new S7. Samsung 7, new phone, got some new features. Why don't we start with you, Rad?
Me?
Yeah, what do you
We
think?
gave the OK symbol.
I'm kind of pissed off. I just
Why's
got the
that?
S6.
Yeah, that is a piss off.
Yeah, that's the biggest slap in the face. Come out with a bunch of new features.
Yeah.
Waterproof, external SD drive, wireless charging. What's the other one? Virtual reality.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one I'm going to miss out on. So hopefully, maybe they can adjust the S6 so we can all experience that.
Give you an update.
Samsung.
Let them hear it.
Well,
Staunch cheers.
so
Is that a Cheers?
What do we... I guess, yeah, staunch jeers.
Whoa.
Staunch.
Oh, 7.
This could be bad for their marketing.
Someone had the dictionary open before the cast.
Someone said
I like
staunch, and I copied them. I heard.
that. Shallow and pedantic.
Keep an eye on those Samsung stocks. They might be taking a little bit of a nosedive.
All the
after this.
Ryanites.
They're diving right now. All the Ryanites are pulling out.
What do you think, Kyle?
So to speak.
I have never owned a Samsung phone, although I'm a big cheers on this one. I was reading some of the features before the cast. Shareable battery. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's
So if you have like 100% on your phone and your friend has like 2, you can enable a share battery thing where you can wirelessly take some of their energy from them. That's like the future right there. That's pretty cool. That alone
That is pretty cool.
garners a cheers for me. And any sort of water
I'd
resistance.
probably start charging people for that though. Like,
There should
throw
be a
me,
fee.
Throw me $5. I'll give you
Yeah.
like 20%.
That's fair, yeah. Well, I'd probably pay if I was low on
I
battery.
needed it. Yeah.
Yeah, you need the
It
phone.
works.
So I'm a cheers on that.
Nice. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it cheers too. When I was watching the Oscars, I was actually watching from a Buffalo station, the Buffalo version of ABC, and they had some of the American commercials, and they had the commercial for the S7 at the time, and great marketing for the phone. They had William H. Macy, they had James Harden, they had a whole bunch of other people. But yeah, it sounds like you guys have already mentioned the features, but it sounds like some great features. I'm way behind in my phone, so I probably won't be getting it.
Those people usually get you to buy phones. William H. Macy.
Well, I don't know. I just thought it was a cool commercial.
Yeah,
Is
you know
anyone
what?
gets
You
on
actually,
cell phone?
that was going to be my angle on the features because I saw the commercial too.
Yeah.
And Bill Macy.
Yeah.
So on the phone, I'm sold.
Oh, yeah.
So cheers just for that commercial. It's a pretty
Yeah.
sweet commercial.
See the size of those ears? Huge.
Oh, he's great. You hate you're into Fargo. You hate Bill Macy? Why you
I
hating?
haven't seen season 2 yet.
Why you giving him some
movie.
slack? Some flack.
Oh yeah, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's what it was. So, well, I'm gonna cheers to the S7
cheers
for
to that.
Bill Macy
A phone
and the new
I remember.
features. There it is.
S6.
There you go. All the Ryanites are going out there to get the X6.
Getting into, I guess, less than stellar acting, Fuller House and TV reboots are a big thing. They recently did Fuller House, and it's been picked up for season 2. What do we think on television reboots and Fuller House in general? Kyle?
Reboots. I never watched the original Fuller House, so I can't say that I'm gonna
Full
even.
House. The original was
Sorry,
Full
Full
House.
House. Now it's the
No worries.
Fuller House, which is just a kind of a corny title, but I get it. I'm a jeers on this. I don't know if you guys saw that they gave a nod to the Olsen twins, who won't be making an appearance on the show. Basically, on the show, this I'm cheersing, but I am overall jeersing reboots on TV.
Okay.
So they acknowledge the fact that the Olsen twins won't be making an appearance on the show or a guest appearance on the show by saying one of the characters comes in and says, "Oh, where's my baby sister?" And they all look at the camera in a very awkward moment, and they all say, "Oh, she's too busy running her fashion empire." And then they all just stare at the camera.
So just breaking the fourth wall.
It was breaking the fourth wall. It was some canned laughter in there, and it was terribly done. So yeah, I'm a jeers.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think I'm all in the same wavelengths. I mean, I didn't pick it up, but it's kind of the age of nostalgia, like just bringing back things for the sake of bringing them back, I guess. And so I don't see that there's a lot of like original content or creativity. Like Netflix has so many cool, innovative new shows coming out. Why are you rehashing these kind of like 90s classics to reinvent them for another generation? I just think it's kind of stale. So I'm gonna say cheers.
It's like Boy Meets World,
I love Boy Meets World.
but now Girl Meets World.
Topanga?
I was
Topanga will. She's
such a fan of Boy Meets World that I actually tried to give that show a chance.
Yeah.
And still try to watch Girl Meets World.
I have
Their
not.
parents.
Could I get your opinion on it?
That sounds like a
Those are
2-beer
weird.
honest. A little early for 2-beer honest.
A little bit. It's coming. It's coming.
Okay.
It's there.
All right, I'm sorry.
No worries. What do you think,
Inside
Ronan?
Yeah, I was gonna kind of go on to Kyle's point. It can't really be called a Full House without Michelle Tanner there.
Yeah.
one thing I liked about the old show was they had Bob Saget on it, the dirtiest comedian there is.
Yeah.
Like the filthiest,
he's filthy.
filthiest comedian there is, doing like the most wholesome show on TV. So it was kind of funny. They should have just let it sleep. It's a sleazy move to bring that whole thing back. I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to jeers it. But television reboots in general, yeah, there's some possibilities there. Maybe brought back some Airwolf. I might get on board.
Airwolf.
A little Jan Michael Vincent.
What?
Some Ernest Borgnine. Boys,
No idea.
anyone?
No idea. No idea.
Aging myself a little bit here.
A little bit, yeah.
All right, I'm going to sign
No
up.
idea.
Before color TV, obviously.
Yeah. Bringing back Knight Rider? Bring back the Hoff?
Oh, Knight Rider is coming back.
Is it?
They're rebooting it.
Night Rider's been back.
They're
and I think they're
rebooting
gonna do
that
it
with
again.
someone else.
Same with Baywatch. Baywatch is coming back too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kinda like
They're making
that.
a movie of
Just
Baywatch,
let it
too.
go.
Your Cheers and what do you think? Cheers and Cheers.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Let it go. Actually, the trailer for Fuller House, I don't think it was that bad. If you were a fan of the show, I don't think it was that bad.
Okay.
The trailer of the show, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know what the show's gonna be like, but yeah, let it die. Like, come up with an original idea.
Okay.
Stop trying to bring all this stuff back and reboot. That goes for superhero movies too. We don't need to see like 9 Spider-Mans. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Or the Hulks, remaking the Hulk with different actors.
And they're always terrible.
So, collective jeers on Fuller House and television reboots. So,
I think that garners a cheers, really.
works for that.
Cheers
Yeah.
to the cheers.
Boom.
To
Television
disagree.
reboots. Don't do it. Lesson is, moving into more complicated piece of art. Something that's being hailed as the first masterpiece of the digital age. So this is a story about an art student who basically created a plot on Instagram. So she studied art and then she took on this character, this persona, and started posting her Instagram pics. And she started like doing really like sexy, fun, flirty things, like showing more of her skin on Instagram, gaining a lot of followers, and then kind of went through this trajectory. So then she told a story through her pics over, I think, a year. And then it was like she broke up with her boyfriend, moved to LA because she wanted to live the dream. Broke up with her boyfriend, got a boob job, like showed pictures of her implants, about how she's reinventing herself, and then now talks about like doing yoga and meditation to basically say how she's moved through that dark phase of her life and now she's recovered. So there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, but it's all in hope. It was all a hoax. It was all for the sake of art. She's an actress. She was just playing. That wasn't herself. And so this caused like some waves with people who were like, but you're lying. And her point was the larger issues women face on Instagram and actually the image you're portraying is not really true to yourself, and how people can manipulate that and the kind of insecurities that it breeds in people who use Instagram today. You know what I mean? Consciously or unconsciously. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah, are you guys naysayers? What do you guys think? Cheers and cheers.
I'm gonna cheers it myself. I don't know if I looked into it a bit, but I kind of see where it's coming from an art perspective. I hope it was kind of like satirical of like, these are the people that we follow on Instagram. So the people that actually did follow her were real people and they thought the story was real. So it kind of highlights some of the follies, if you will, of the people who portray themselves on social media, Instagram especially. So I'm a cheers for that.
Cool. What do you think, Ryan?
It's kind of sad, really. Like, we like follow people like that, and then turns out that they're acting the entire time.
Okay. Yeah, that was some of the backlash.
But then again, like, at the same time, I'm on Instagram like every day. So, I don't know where I stand on this.
So I guess it kind of raises some questions about like what you see on there.
Yeah, well, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm kind of like both cheers and jeers. Has this ever happened on a Two Beers episode?
I believe it's a cheers or jeerch.
Cheers?
Jeerch.
I don't know, but there could be a Polish beer named after that.
First ever jeerch.
I'm gonna jeers it. Just
Okay.
simply on the fact that we're so like drawn to like social media now, and it's becoming kind of a sad thing when someone can just fake like their entire life on social media, and you believe the whole thing, and then it turns out that they're just acting, and it's like their job.
I feel like this has been shattered for you just recently now. Like, you see all these people and you want to believe they're real, but they're not.
Yeah, but
So
I
you're a
don't
little
even.
confused.
But I don't even follow. Like, I don't even follow like someone I don't know.
Yeah.
On like, I'm not gonna be like following this. I don't even know the person's name, but I like usually just follow people who I talk to, and then famous famous celebrities. So
Yeah, like
Conor McGregor,
yeah,
who's gonna kill it tomorrow night.
and it's the image. Nice.
But yeah, I'm gonna jeers it because we're all a bunch of idiots.
Fair point. Okay, cheers. All right, there it is.
Ronan?
What do you think, Ro?
Yeah, I think a lot of points have been made. I'm going to cheers it from an interesting art project perspective. I think it's very interesting, and I think it's a good sign. It's good portrait of the times. So yeah, keep it short. I'm going to cheers it.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow suit. Big cheers. Yeah, I mean it's being hailed the first digital art age masterpiece. Something that can evoke that type of emotion in people and cause you to actually question your own social media reactions. So I'm gonna stay looking in the camera while Swain does his thing and give this thing a big cheers. There it is.
I'm gonna drink by myself on the side.
Do your thing. I guess kind of the thing that she's poking fun at are like attention to social media and how we do things. Our Facebook game is now just expanded. We've got the option for several more emojis on Facebook. So if they don't appear, so it still appears the same way on Facebook. So like or comment, but when you hold your cursor over the over the like button, then the link pops up to say you can make like I think 7 different faces.
Yeah,
so like
love,
angry, sad,
angry.
love.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Yays is one of them. I think Yays. Yaz. Have you ever seen like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yaz, like
Yeah,
Yaz.
that's pretty much.
Yeah. Cheers or jeers. I'll throw it in quickly. Jeers. No point. What's like irrelevant. Let's jeers. Like
Nice.
It's not gonna make any
Nice.
difference. Cheers. What do you guys think? You want to start, Rap?
Sure. Cheers as well. No one really cares what you think about my picture or anybody's picture. We're living in an age of this whole PC thing where everybody has their fair share of opinion. No one cares. Do something about it. Don't like or send a smiley face or an angry face.
I'm gonna cheers you doubling down on that jeers right there.
That was good.
I think
Good,
a simple unlike, but or not unlike, but thumbs down button would have been sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need all these different emojis to portray what I'm thinking when I click on oppose.
Yeah. Already.
I think this is going to be an
Yeah.
all-around cheers, just because Facebook sucks and it's dying and nobody's joining anymore. And
Really? Is
who
that
really
true?
cares?
No one's-
Yeah, I think that we were kind of the age of like the Facebook, and now the younger kids who are coming into social media are doing other things other than Facebook. So I'm a jeers, like Ryan says. Nobody really cares.
Oh yeah. Well, cheers to that cheers.
No one cares
we're
what
gonna-
you think,
we're gonna
except
take
for the
it.
Ryanites at home.
Okay.
Right, I keep using that
See
wow
you,
emoji.
Grandma. Oh yeah, right.
New
Whose turn is
Ghostbusters.
it?
Ro, why don't you start?
New Ghostbusters. Yeah, like it. Like that Paul Feig is directing. He did Bridesmaids as well as Spy. Both great films. I think he's going to make another good one with this one. Good cast. Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, and then I think Leslie Jones is her name. I can't remember that off the top of my head. Yeah, Leslie Jones. Should be a good movie. It's kind of a reboot. It's kind of something it's guaranteed to get at least a decent audience.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to be pretty funny. Love the old Ghostbusters films.
Yeah.
I'll give it a cheers.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I recently watched Spy with Melissa McCarthy, and it's the same director, so I was pleasantly surprised by that movie. I thought it was funny, and it's just something light that you can watch, and I'll probably go see it.
Good for a laugh.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brad?
I'm on the train.
Yeah.
I like
There he is.
the all female cast. I like Kristen Wiig. I like Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
I think they're hilarious.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna round it out with the cheers because Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy can't go wrong.
Yeah.
It's a
Super
nice duo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very cool, very funny. So that should be good for a laugh. And finally, rounding out cheers or jeers, it is Donald Drumpf.
Donald.
That is not a mistake.
Yes.
It turns out that he's been exposed. We got a song? Drum?
It's growling like a chihuahua.
Drum
over there.
roll
It was
almost.
good. It worked.
Drum roll for Drump.
Yeah, the Donald got exposed by John Oliver on
TM.
Last Week Tonight this past Sunday, and he basically it started with Donald Trump called out Jon Stewart for, I guess, not using his ancestral name, and so Oliver just shot back at him, found out Trump's ancestral name is not Trump, but it's Drumpf, and then just made the whole case about how he's built the Trump name is synonymous with success. And so he's just basically tearing him down and be like, you know what? It's not even your name. It's Trump. Donald Trump. What do you think, bro?
I thought it was amazing. Huge cheers. I think most people here are probably going to cheers this. It was really funny, really well put together, really well researched, and really broke up a lot of the myths that he's able to kind of, he's been able to pawn off on the American public these days. They think he's trustworthy. They think that he's paying for his own campaign. They think that, everything he's done has turned to gold, when in reality that's not the case whatsoever. So yeah, big cheers to John Oliver for the exposition.
Nice. What do you think, Ryan?
Well, I never saw the episode.
Okay.
But Ro told me that it was, what did you say? It was like cutting him open, spilling all the guts?
Yeah.
Eviscerating.
Eviscerating, nice.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And the fact that what was it? All the businesses that he said were successful weren't.
Yeah. They had
lot of failed projects.
List of failed businesses under the Trump name.
Which I just have to interject. My favorite failed business project of Trump is I've got the greatest steaks. and I know the steaks for great steaks. The best steaks you can get by far. Available only at the Sharper Image.
Yeah.
Selling steaks at the Sharper Image. And yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like you couldn't even, that's not even a business plan. Like who's selling meat at the Sharper Image? And Oliver ran with that joke and good stuff. So
yeah, I'm gonna cheers. I'm just gonna cheers because the guy's a sideshow.
Yeah.
And I hope that the American public votes.
So you're
the right
cheersing
way.
Donald Trump, but you're cheersing the segment.
No, you're cheersing the whole just don't
Well,
talk
I'm
about
cheersing
Donald.
John Oliver.
All right.
I'll cheers John Oliver. Sorry.
Cheers, Trump.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Love the segment. I came full circle between the beginning and highlighting his name at the very end. All the failed companies, all of the Sharper Image Trump stakes, which kind of just highlights who he thinks he is and how he can pretty much get away with anything. Mm-hmm. And it was great in changing perspective for how people view him and who he actually is. So, big cheers.
Let's do it a collective cheers to Donald Trump.
Drumpy boy.
Make Trump Trump again.
Drumpf. Yeah, that was the hashtag, right?
Make Donald Trump again.
Make Donald Trump again?
Yeah.
It's the hashtag? Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Sweet.